So in this video, I want to talk about how easy it is to layer sample library patches or articulations in Presonus Studio One. So in this video, I'm using Studio One 5 and pretty fresh out of the oven, still hot because it was released yesterday. Now let me quickly show you how to layer instrument articulations, and this is pretty helpful if you are a composer, you like to layer libraries. So for this example, let's use some cello legato patches. Okay, what we are doing is pretty simple. The first thing is you just grab one contact instance here and simply drag it over to the arrangement screen. So you got one instance of contact popping up right away. This is really a great way, an intuitive way to work in Studio One. You just have to drag and drop over stuff, even if you want to put effects like reverbs on top of these instruments. It all works with a drag and drop, but I will show this to you in a minute. So the great thing but before we get into this, let me just quickly load one of these patches here. Let me load the Berlin Strings cello legatos here, this legato patch. Okay, so we got that loaded in here. We just closed that window for now. And the next thing we're doing, and this is the really cool thing, we just grab another instance and just put it on top. And then you see like that little window here, and we simply say combine. And what you see now is what's happening, that you see that one instance loaded with the cello legato patches Berlin strings, and the next one, which I dragged over this existing track. So let me just load Cinematic Studio Strings for now. Let's load the cellos here. And just in case you didn't know this, if you hold down the Alt key with Cinematic Studio Strings and click these other articulations, you simply unload them because I don't need them right now for this example. So we just got, and let me just bypass this instrument. And now we can simply activate Berlin strings and see how they sound. And they are layered right now on one track. What is even better is that you have a fader for each of these contact instances here. So you can just drag these down. And balance your instruments. And it doesn't stop here. It's even way cooler. So just for example, you want to EQ the Berlin strings a little bit out of whatever reason, just coming up with that little example here. So we just have just load an instance of infinite EQ directly on the insert. So we just drag and drop it over. And then let's say we want to get rid a little bit of 4K here. Let's do it like this. And another thing you want to do is bypass this for a second and check out Cinematic Studio Strings again. And you think it's a little bit too dry. You simply load, let's say, Cinematic Rooms Professional and drag this on this track here. And let's regulate the dry-wet ratio a little bit. So now you got, just for this example, it's maybe a little bit too much reverb, but you get the point. So Cinematic Studio Strings, and then you activate the instance with Berlin strings. And this is basically it. So it's pretty easy to layer libraries. You can come up with some kind of a contact custom instrument. And of course, you could sneak inside the contact instrument and adjust things in here. But if you want to take it easy, you can simply use this method and quickly layer these contact instances. What you can even do is go even a step further and say you drag another one on top and you say keep. So you say combine, sorry, and then you have the third one in here. So you can come up and layer even more articulations. So let's for now get rid of this one here. And another great thing, and this is really cool, especially when it comes to different players. So you may work with Contact or Play, or you may work with Contact and the Sign Player by Orchestral Tools. So you can quickly say, just drag and drop the Sign Player onto the same channel and just say combine, and you got Contact and the sign player working together. So right now I could go into Metropolis Arc 1 and let me just come up just as an example for, no, let's actually use Tableau solo strings. Let me just load the legato patch of the solo cello here and deactivate the other ones real quick. And for now, leave it as dry as it is, but just layer it with the other instances here. Just go back to this one and okay, so I hope you enjoyed this little Studio One tutorial. Let me know what you want to see next. Let me know if you want to see more Studio One content. And I would be really happy if you leave a like, if you leave a comment, if you subscribe to my channel just in case, if you haven't already. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time and see you on my next video. Bye.